Good day, my name is Peter. I created this brief presentation to share my 2 cents worth regarding going back to school. This video largely focuses on the US context. However, the underlying principles could probably be used by people living in many parts of the world. The target audience for this presentation is the adult seeking to pursue post-secondary education in one form or another. This video assumes one already knows what they want to study and why. It may be to change careers, get a promotion, or for personal interest. All reasons are valid. I'm a huge proponent of setting an end goal and working backwards when it comes to going back to school. This approach can save tons of time and money. This is especially true when seeking professional certification like architecture, engineering, law, medical, teaching, and so on. Failure to properly identify an end goal can lead to a major disappointment down the line. Before we wrap up this section, I would like to make a brief comment about accreditation. In the US context, accreditation tends to be very important. In planning an end goal, one should seriously consider the appropriate accreditation for what they are seeking to do. Having credentials that do not come from an appropriately accredited school for what one is trying to accomplish can lead to another major disappointment in the end. Time is of the essence when going back to school for so many reasons, like family responsibilities and money. Furthermore, the longer the process takes, the more likely someone may not complete it. This is totally understandable. Therefore, the first task should be to seek as much credit for what one has already acquired. Pay special attention to putting forward anything that has the slightest resemblance to structured training. For example, previous college and university courses, third-party post-secondary training, professional certification, and even workplace courses. Let's not forget the joint services transcript for those who have military service. Some schools say they will grant credit for work and/or life experience. This may be true. However, the time spent pursuing this avenue may not be worthwhile. So little credit granted for way too many hoops to jump through. Remember, time is of the essence. Once all the structured training is gathered, the next step should be to see if there are any transfer agreements in place. First, transfer agreements for the exact program you've completed. Second, for other programs at the same school. And third, for similar programs at other schools. In the event one does not find any transfer agreements, the next step should be to see if the training has been reviewed and recommended for credit, even though it never resulted in a transfer agreement. Transfer agreements and credit recommendations can be ascertained by calling the relevant program administrators. If one does not find a transfer agreement or credit recommendation, 2 guides published by the American Council on Education can be very useful. The guides are the ACE National Guide and the ACE Military Guide. Similarly, the National College Credit Recommendation Service has its own reference called the CCRS Online Directory. Both organizations have tons of courses that have been evaluated and recommended for credit. Flexibility is one's friend going forward. Flexibility on how one can earn credit and how fast this can be done can lead to substantial time and money savings. The first thing to look into are challenge exams. Basically, one writes an exam, and if they pass, they have completed the requirement for that course. Challenge exams come from different sources. A school may have its own challenge exams. Alternatively, there are challenge exams administered by third parties. Probably the most famous third-party exams are those offered by the College Board. The board administers the advanced placement or AP exams geared towards high school students and the college level exam program or CLEP that targets older students. These exams generally cover subjects offered in the first 2 years of a college university degree. Most exams lead to credit for one course if the candidate is successful. However, a few exams can lead to credit for more than one course. For example, second language exams, such as French or Spanish, may lead to credit for more than one course, depending on the mark achieved on the exam. These exams tend to be quite inexpensive. Furthermore, participating in the exam preparation program offered by an organization called Modern States may even get access to free CLEP exams. One must make sure that their school will accept challenge exams before beginning to write them fast and furious. The next step is to seek out courses that can be completed quickly. These courses come in different forms. Some may simply be courses that are compressed, for example, 40 hours of class time jammed into 1 week. Others may come in the form of learn at your own pace courses. In recent years, the expression competency-based learning has become very popular to describe accelerated learning. Either way, being able to complete a course faster than the typical 3+ month semester bodes well for the student. There are 4 very popular third-party course providers outside the regular college and university system that can provide accelerated learning. In alphabetical order, they are Sailor Academy, Sophia Learning, Straighterline, and Study.com. These organizations allow one to complete courses outside the regular system quickly and for a very reasonable cost. One must make sure that their school will accept these courses before jumping in with both feet. No discussion about going back to school would be complete without discussing cost. Money is the elephant in the room. One should first ask their school what are the common ways to lower tuition. Discounts can come in many forms: being part of an income class that gets a rebate, being an active member or veteran of the military, being a first responder, volunteering. The list is endless. Next, one should look for money that is already earmarked for them. For example, tuition assistance from their employer, the military, union, professional association, or organization they volunteer for. Ditto for similar organizations that their parents belong to. Some organizations have money just sitting there waiting for a taker to step forward. Not all is sunshine and rainbows in the world of education. Certain things can cause considerable grief. Here are just a few examples. Watch out for lots of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy at the outset is often a sign of what is to follow. Bureaucracy can be a huge drain of one's energy, time, and money. A shiny website does not necessarily mean a shiny school. Same goes for glowing reviews on the internet. Dig deep. Speak to a cross-section of people who have completed the program being considered. Negative comments do not necessarily mean a bad program, but something one should consider in going forward. Lack of transparency by a school should be a major concern. If a school can't unequivocally say what their program leads to when completed, it is time to start to panic. At this point, you may be saying, what the heck is he talking about? Let me give an example. Some schools claim to provide training that will lead to professional certification. Architecture, engineering, law, medical, teaching, you name it. However, they can't clearly demonstrate that students who complete their program qualify for these professions. This relates to my earlier comment towards the beginning of this presentation when I said start at the end and work backward. Who wants to get a diploma and realize it does not meet their end goal? Here's a big one. If a school can't say what the total tuition and fees are going to be, it's generally time to run fast and run far.